Welcome to the PBM Insider. I am Jim Lodge, an actual PBM insider. Today I'm going to tell you a story that reflects an important historical but little known element of the PBM industry and exposes its ugly underbelly. Today's story comes to you from about 8 years ago, back in the 2017-2018 timeframe, and it highlights a very important change to the industry that still endures today. The story involves a friend of mine. We'll call him Frank. At that time, Frank was a senior executive at one of the large insurance carriers that we will call Big Green. Big Green had an exclusive PBM contract with our old friends, Notorious PBM, one of the so-called Big Three PBMs that dominate our industry. The situation was that Big Green was receiving well over $100 million a year in rebates from Notorious PBM on the insurance business that they were administering and placing. And Big Green was keeping all of it, and it had become a key profit center for them. During this time, there was a tremendous amount of pressure from customers of Big Green, meaning employer health plans that they worked with, to share in those rebates. The purpose of this meeting, which involved about 24 people from Big Green and Notorious PBM, including my friend Frank, was to figure out how that $100 million could be retained by Big Green and not be paid out to his clients who were demanding those rebate dollars. The scheme that was concocted, which by the way we saw across all of the big PBMs, was they formed an offshore entity called a Group Purchasing Organization, or GPO. That offshore GPO would now be responsible for negotiating those rebates directly with the manufacturers and also start negotiating and collecting a variety of fees that they were calling things like marketing fees and formulary management fees. These fees were calculated as a percentage of the rebates. The manufacturers went along and simply reduced the amount of the rebates and replaced those dollars to the GPO with these new fees. Notorious PBM would share some of their GPO fees with Big Green in order to keep them relatively whole in terms of the revenue from the pharmacy program. However, by implementing this new program, Big Green could tell its customers with a straight face, hey, we're returning to you 100% of the rebates we receive. But the amount being returned was significantly less than the amount of the rebates that had previously been paid out. When Frank told me this story over lunch last week, he said that he remembered it like it had happened yesterday, even though it was 8 years ago, because it left him sick. And in his words, he said, Jim, I felt like I needed to go home and take a shower after sitting through that 2-hour meeting, because we had effectively normalized doing something that was clearly the wrong thing to do and was completely serving our own best interests and clearly harming our customers and their employees. This is the PBM Insider, keeping you informed.